Unbelievable. It turns out that Emu appeared as early as 18 years ago in the Thriller Bark arc. That unknown creature was actually his form when possessing Saturn, and the overall appearance matches perfectly. It seems we've misunderstood Emu all along. People always wondered why he didn't get rid of Luffy earlier, but it turns out he had already observed the Straw Hat crew up close 2 years before the main storyline. Just think about it. It would be even stranger if Emu hadn't shown up. After all, Luffy ate the rubber fruit, and once awakened, the mythical Zoan, Nika form would threaten him. The key point is that the boy's name carries the letter D, and what's worse, Luffy had only been out to sea for a few months before causing several major incidents, defeating the Warlord of the Sea Crocodile, invading Enia's lobby, and declaring war on the world government, and even defeating CP9's Rob Lucci, who was called the Genius seen once in 800 years. Just being an enemy of the world government was already enough to shock the entire Grand Line, and even the 5 elders were astonished. So Emu must have known that such a newcomer had appeared on the seas. Emu chose to observe Luffy at Thriller Bark for a reason. Brook once said that the ship drifted over from the West Blue, and God Valley happens to be located in the West Blue. Coincidentally, among Moria's zombie generals, 3 were former members of the Rock's pirates: Yanzui, Captain John, and Gil Bastard. Perhaps the ship was actually a fragment of God Valley's remains, so Luffy's arrival there made Emu vigilant. Perhaps it was the guidance of fate. He feared that the Straw Hat Boy might really be the child of destiny, destined to fulfill the wills of Rox and Roger. Thus, he hid within the mist, constantly observing Luffy's every move, until the Straw Hat crew was finally cornered by Kuma, and Luffy still hadn't awakened the Nika fruit. Only then did Emu finally relax. The ancient 5 elders once said that the rubber fruit had changed hosts countless times over 800 years, yet none had ever awakened. So when Emu saw that Luffy, even on the verge of death, still hadn't transformed into the Sun God, he decided not to personally eliminate the Straw Hat crew. In his view, Luffy was merely another accidental eater of the rubber fruit, a somewhat capable member of the clan of D. After that, Emu no longer paid much attention to the Straw Hats. But what he never expected was that Kaido, with just 3 blows, would force out Luffy's Sun God form. From that moment on, Emu began to panic. Later, when the 5 elders acted together, he planned to intervene personally and end everything. However, he didn't anticipate that the ancient robot would unleash Joy Boy's sealed Heiki, causing Emu to fail in possessing Saturn's body, allowing Luffy and his crew to escape. After that, he hurriedly mobilized again, leading the Holy Knights towards Elbap. Emu is probably full of regret now. He should have just wiped out the Straw Hat crew back at Thriller.
With